Hey, welcome to Vollrath University. I'm Chef Rich, and we're here today to talk about Vollrath Grinders. Okay, Vollrath has two sizes of grinders, a number 12 and a number 22. Okay, the number 12 grinder, which you see here, uses a 1 horsepower motor, and it's about 265 pounds of meat per hour, something right in there. The number 22 grinder uses a 1.5 horsepower motor, and that'll do about 528 pounds of meat per hour. So the two sizes, they're a little bit larger, but you can see a nice compact design, great fit and finish, really a perfect piece for any restaurant, food service operations, supermarkets, delis, anywhere you're going to be grinding product. They really are a nice design. So let's go ahead and talk about now some of the components of a grinder. So first you have your product pan or the product tray. This is going to hold the product when you're grinding. This is the pusher to help push the product into the grinding head. And then this is the grinding head. Okay, now some features of the grinding head that we're going to show you here are, if you look inside, you'll see the fluted design, and that's nice because what that does is it actually cuts the product as the worm gear is pushing it forward. And then on the bottom of the head assembly, we have a weep hole. And the weep hole is also very important for when you're grinding things like liquids, tomatoes, garlic, and as you're pushing toward the front, the liquids will have a tendency to want to push away and come to the back of the grinder head. If this weep hole gets plugged, or if it's not there on some designs, the liquid will actually go back into the grinder where it will break down the grease and then affecting the life of the grinder. So this is very important to keep that clean. Also notice stainless steel construction on the head assembly. That's nice as well. Everything here is dishwasher safe versus some brands that that part can be aluminum. Next then we have the washer, which goes on the back of the worm gear to protect the worm gear from the friction of the back of the unit. We have a cutting blade. The cutting blade is unique in Vollrath design. It'll only go on one way. As you can see, the back side here has a square cutout. The front plate is a round, and that's what only fits on the front of the worm gear in the proper orientation. Units come standard with two cutting plates, the 1/8 inch and 5/16 inch cutting plates, and then again the all stainless faceplate assembly. So let's go ahead now and assemble this grinder. Okay, first we'll install the head assembly. That fits in. We'll secure that down. Snug. Next, the worm gear goes in, and we'll put the washer on the back of the worm gear to protect it. That goes now in the head assembly. And you kind of turn it so it fits in. And then, as I said, the cutting blade only one way. It won't go on the wrong way because we won't be able to put the faceplate assembly on. It must go on so the blades are facing out. So we'll put that on the worm gear. Now let's choose, today we'll use the 1/8 inch grinder faceplate. And the bottom of the faceplate also has a little notch that corresponds to a notch in the bottom of the grinder head assembly. That's to keep that on correctly and keep it from spinning when it's grinding. And lastly, the faceplate. Want to make sure we put the faceplate on secure, good and tight. The tighter this is, the more pressure it's going to put back onto the cutting surface, and you get a better grind. So you want to make sure that's on good and tight. Product tray next. Well, one more thing I want to talk about is the controls. We've got forward and reverse speeds, which are really nice, and then also we have a reset that if you're grinding something and it's too taxing for the motor, dry ingredients, sometimes this will happen too, or if something drops in and jams the worm gear from moving, the motor will stop. Just simply hit the reset and you're good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll grind some product here for you today. Okay, now you can see here we've got the beef in our food pan. And I like to cut the beef in strips when I'm going to grind it. I take the larger pieces and cut them down so I can feed it easier into the grinder. So we're going to go ahead now and turn the grinder on. Okay, turn the grinder on. Grinder's running. So now I'm just going to feed the beef. And if you feed it in the chute properly, you really don't need to even use the pusher. The meat will just flow right in, the worm gear will grab it and pull it forward to the grinding plate. Okay, see the meat's coming out nice. If it looks like it's smearing or becoming compressed, that means you probably have to tighten this faceplate a little bit more to get more pressure because it should be cutting everything as it goes through. So you can see we got a nice grind, everything moving through properly. And there we have our nice ground chuck. Okay, there you have it then. So in closing, remember Vollrath, two sizes. We've got the number 12 grinder and the number 22. All dependent on how much you have to do. 265 pounds with this unit here, the number 12. If you need more than that, about 528 pounds, you'll need the number 22 grinder. Excellent fit and finish. All stainless steel head, easy to assemble, easy to clean, NSF approved, sturdy food pan. Really a great unit. For more information, see us online at vollrath.com.